2D as well as 1ND. That you have seen it in the class, and we are going to discuss in detail of it. These are comes under what? Differences. Compulsory concept based question, students. Every interviewer will ask this type of question. And everything you have seen except the first one, this part I want to show. Whereas the ND array of type will be treated all the values of what? Similar type, even though we place what type of values? Different type of values. That part I want to show you here. Let us go to the Jupyter notebook. I hope Jupyter notebook everybody installed. Good. So now I am going to enter into this place. Now let's go to the place. I want to show you that part of it. And coming to this area, go to this new notebook. Now I'm going to show you now. Look at carefully, students. LST is equal to 10 comma 10 comma province here, and then 34.56 here, and true here, and 2 plus 3j here. What type of values these are all? Different type of values list is taking. This part we are already aware of it in the Python level itself. Go to another type of list. I will take it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I'll take it. It is also another type of values plus a different type of values. Them are now the point is ND array object take ND array object when I take this point, list is organizing different type of values. When I am converting into ND array, it is purely meant for what? Similar type of values organization. Even though we placed a different type of values, all of them are treated as which type? Same type it will be treated. Now I am saying, look at that. Convert list data into ND array object type. ND array object type. How do you do that? A is equal to NP dot. First I will import in the same cell. Import numpy as NP. A is equal to NP dot array of LS. Students, generally, when you come certification, when you go to the developer, it is a role conducted by NAS, I think so. Like RBI for all banks, NASCOM is something like that for all MNCs. Once you have NASCOM certification, when you are a packet, you are almost first level of coding, you will be crossing. And at least first level of screening test will not be conducted in MNCs. As on today, NASCOM is top certification, and they will again very soon they will release that certification rules for us. But majority of our students has qualified with 3 certification levels: gold, silver, and bronze. Most of them got gold. 60% above, if you get it, you will be receiving the gold. Between 60 to 70, you will be getting silver. And below 60%, 50 to 60, it is called bronze. So rather than concentrating these two, go for the top level. And all the questions also I have those questions format only, just like our conditionals from there only, exception handling, packages, next PDBC questions, Numpy, pandas, matplotlib. Also 20% of the questions will come. In that, this question is very regular. So array what generally students, according to our C language, C++ and all, homogeneous. But I am having which type? Heterogeneous. Is it allowed to convert or not? Generally, people says not possible. But it is possible. Why? Because all the values which are available in LST are converted into ND array. In the similar type, it is converted. Sir, which type of similar values it is converted? That is a question mark. What type of STR is there, float is there, bool is there, complex is there. These are all we discussed in our classroom data types. So when I am converting into ND array object, All of them are converted into one data type. If you tell the data type in the class, I'll be very happy for it because I used to discuss in typecasting concept. Come on, which one? Beautiful. STR. Because in our typecasting concept, we used to say all sorts of values are automatically promoted to which type? STR type. When you go for input, reading the data, by default coming in which type? That we are typecasting into float, bool, etc. We are converting. So automatically these values are converted into STR. Let me go for that. A comma type of A. So you are getting ND array only. Observe it. For listed data we are getting. Let me give a content here, some separation here, some separation. Here I am writing. Enter it again. This is a listed data, students. You see, all of them. This is int, str, bool, etc. All of them are converted into what? Within the double quotes that is available. Automatically converted into which type? That means even though we place a different type of values are automatically converted into the one similar type. Which type is the highest type in this level of available values? STR is that. That's why it is converted into this place. I think you are following me. Now you may say, sir, I don't want to convert these values into STR, sir. I want to convert it into one more common thing that is little more knowledge is required to understand, but not a problem. You need to have the knowledge on oops. Knowledge on oops. I don't want this oops knowledge at present because all the people I did not complete some of the batches. Oops, but still I want to tell you the concept what I want to tell you. Without knowing oops also I'll make you to understand. Look at. Please go to the Python environment. Please go to the Python environment once. I want to make you to understand this wonderful point. Look at that. Here I am writing help of help of help of list you take it. Help of lister. Before that, a small idea I want to give you. Because while I am explaining this type of NumPy, different category of students are there. Forgetting Python and coming and joining, and not reading and coming to the classes, not writing and notes coming to the classes. Some air batch students will be there. Air batch, air batch. Air Force, Air Force. Air Force batch will be there. Different batch students will be there. So for keeping all of them happy in the class, I will give you some idea to be given to that. Take an example here. Teacher. Teacher is a class in Python. I already said everything stored in the form of what? Object. Behind object is the fundamental point to be learned in the Python first. This teacher is having students. Having students. As a part of this, I am trying to tell student is called what actually? Class. Types of students are called object. In the platform element, I gave this general idea for you. Types of students are called object. Types of students, class is what? Student. Types of teachers are called what? Objects. And objects will have class. What is that class? Teacher. So every type will have a data type. Every object will have a type, which is known as what? Class. Understand this? So in this class, teacher is a class. And the student is a class. The knowledge of the teacher is coming to the student. This a teacher is called what base class, or we can also call it as a super class. Spell out once. Super class are, and the student is called what? Derived class, or also called as what? Subclass. Subclass. Understand? So people will call it as a parent class and a child class. You don't use it. Super or what? Base class. Sub or what? Derived class. You take your parent and the children of the parent. Children are called what? Subclass. And parent is called what? Types of parents are what? Objects. Of which type? Parent. Child is called what? Subclass. Types of children are called what? Object. Behind every object, who is there? That is our fundamental nature in the Python, because in Python everything is a class. And no faculty will explain about class and everything. That's why students don't understand this deep knowledge. Understand? What this parent is called? Super class. What is the child is called? Good. Look at my dear students. How do you write the simplest code for this? This is called a teacher. This is called a student. How do you write a simple code in Python? To define a function, we use what? Def keyword. To define a lambda function, we use a lambda keyword. Something like that. To define a class in Python, we use a keyword called what? Class. Class. And I'm writing here called what? Teacher. Don't worry about this code. And I'm writing just something, some code is available inside. This was already defined by the teacher. Today, student want to get the total code which is defined by the teacher. So, class student of double bracket, inside of that I will write what here? Teacher. And it is going to be like this. This is the code of inheritance. In OOPS, we follow like that in inheritance. What the teacher is called? Base class. What the student is called? Subclass. So, all students are subclasses of what? Teacher. Now, tell me, every object of student is which type? Student. Every object of student is called what? Student. Plus, it is also an object of what? Teacher. One parent having 6 children. 6 children are objects by themselves, but they are also object of what? In simple word, every subclass object is an object of what? Superclass. Correct or not? Will you understand that? Well, that is more than enough. Here, what is this class? Lister. Come on, faster. What happens? What is the class? Lister. Now here I am writing class called what? Lister. In the bracket, class student, what is this? Teacher. Class lister. In the bracket, what is available for you? Object. So on. What is the student here? What is the student? Come on. What is the teacher? What is the lister? Super. What is an object? Super class. Super class. So now tell me what is an object from now onwards? Super class. For all the classes in Python. For all the classes in Python, who is the super class? Object. Now, just look at documentation I am showing. And the people who are from different batch, you must be careful because they are saying integer keyword, float is a keyword. I have seen the notes and even in afternoon also. One student met with me. Integer keyword, float is a keyword, they said. The blunder that is. What is that lister? What is the list is here? What is the list in the bracket? What is the object? For which class? Right, hold on, hold on. Now I will go to one more class I will show you. Please look at, I'll write it. Help of, what I'm writing? Inter. What is inter? Everybody, what is inter? Class. What is the inter? What is in the bracket? What is an object? Good. What is superclass in Python? For all the classes in Python, who is a superclass? Good. Now I am writing last and final I want to show you. Last and final I want to show you. Help of what? Float. Sigma class float. Who is a superclass? Good. What is an object? Superclass for all the classes in Python. Bodhu Bavulu. Superclass no. Superclass for all the classes in Python. Spell out. Right. Class. I am writing here. Student. Class teacher. 1 minute you hold on. Class teacher. I say pass. I say pass. Class student. Don't worry. What I'm typing, you don't worry. I'll take care of all the things. Teacher. And say pass. Done. Help of what? Student. Help of what? Student. What is available? Class student. Who is the superclass? Good. Good. Help of what? Teacher. Help of teacher. Help of teacher. Seema, all of you. Class what? Teacher. What is this? What is this built-ins module? Default module imported to every Python role. I'm showing the documentation. This is a way to learn the Python. What is an object class? Every class of Python belongs to module. Because the module is a collection of what? Global variables, function names, class names. This is a class name belongs to which module? Who is a superclass for a teacher? That means whether it is a int class, whether it is a float class, or it is a bool class, complex class, all the 14 data types in Python, who is a superclass? Good. So somebody asks you tomorrow, what is an object? What is your answer? Superclass for all the classes in Python. And be careful when they ask about object, you have to tell about, you have to ask interior. Are you asking definition of object, purpose of object, class called object, or you are asking about the objects of our Python data types? Because we call it a list object, tuple object, etc. object. Object is called what? Student object, etc. object. Are you asking about the class called what? Object. So you have to ask the clarity. So that time interviewer will understand that. He is excellent in oops, they will understand. Understand? Good. Now I am asking, for all the classes, superclass is what? Right. Int object is an object of int plus it is an object of what? Object. You are an object by yourself, you are an object of KVR also. Yes or no? Int is an object of int plus int is an object of what? Object. Float is an object of float plus it is an object of object. Okay, na? Well, object. So, some class is there. Whose superclass is what? Object. Who is a superclass for object? No superclass. That is only the superpower. You check it that also. Come on. Help of what? Object. See students, class object. It doesn't contain in the bracket of nothing is there. Are you following? This is a complete documentation work of it. This is a completion document of it. So coming out of that entire thing, today I am going to enter into my field of this level. I think online students, I think you understood what I am discussing about it. I think you are understanding what I am discussing about it. Please respond it. So your response is most important. Okay. Come out of that. Now this data, which I am having different type of values, when I convert it into ND array, the 10 is promoted to str, float is promoted to str, true is promoted to this str, 2 plus 3j also promoted to what? Str. But I don't want str to be treated. Yes or no? So what I'm going to do? Now I'm going to take up the same thing. Here I'm going to use it. Today, the concept is like this. While I'm creating this list, I will explain anyhow. I'm entering into that area today. Here I'm writing LST. I'm telling to my Python environment. I'm telling to the environment. So coming to the point of it, I'm writing D type is equal to D type is equal to D type is equal to I'm writing object. D type is equal to object. D type is equal to object. So coming to the point of it, A is equal to NP dot array LST comma D type is equal to object. What is this D type stands for? Data type. Internally, I'm telling to my Numpy environment, convert all the elements of LST. What type? Int type, float type, bool type, all types of values of LST to which type? What is an object with int relation? What is an object with relation with other things? Because object is a superclass for all the types or not. So internally PVM converts all the values to which type? See now, see this now. I'm going to convert how it is available. Earlier, everything was included within the single quotes or not. But it is going to be taken as it is or not. To find out that whether it's the same type or not, I'm going to print it. A dot D type, I'm going to print it. I'll explain what is the D type. I'm printing that which D type it is. What is the type? Object. I can say simply what? A dot D type also. It will print D type of in the bracket O for what? Object. This is a very, very important students. Very, very important. So say, what I'm trying to say, different type of values are there in the list that I am converting into which one? ND array of which type? Same type. By default, it is promoted to which type here? STR. But people are saying that I don't want STR. I want to be taken as what? Common type. Which is a common type? Object type. This is only one thing you remember. Rest of things are very simple. So did you understand the meaning of object type conversion? So X employee, Y employee, Z employee, all types of employees will list the words of boss or not. Something like that. Int type, float type, bool type, str type, all of them will be converted into which type? Object type. What is an object? Superclass for all the classes. Let me go to my documentation. Let me go to my documentation. Come on, look at start. Object type maintains both homogeneous and heterogeneous values, whereas an object of ND array of Numpy can store only similar type of values. Is it a similar type or different type of? Even though I store different type, they are treated as which type? On what way it is similar type? Either it is taken as a highest data type or it is treated as a super type. Into str, float, complex, bool. It is promoted to which type? STR type. Because STR type is the highest type there. Yes or no? But I am interested to convert into super type. What is the super type? By specifying the D type in the bracket I wrote. Even we store different values, internally they are treated as what? Similar type by treating all the values as which type. That's why I enclosed within the double quotes. If anybody don't know class object when you are listening newly, you will get a tension of understanding this subject. Where the Python means classes and object only. That's why in the day one of my Python sessions, what is an object, what is a literal, what is a class? That is a total Python round around. So coming to the point of it, now I am going to enter into the further. Is my concept is clear? Yes. Further, is this what is clear from now onwards? What is an object type? Will you catch me? Yes. So Vaishnavi is saying so much of same things he is saying. Unless and until I read the message, he is not able to, I think, not able to get it. So Vaishnavi already sent the same message twice, thrice, 4 times he sent. I will take her what is our problem. So look at students. So here, from Vaishnavi, I joined to get good in Power BI visualization. That is called visualization. Visualization. But what she's saying, not very strong in Python. But I revised data types. Okay. This concept is getting heavy to me. Definitely. Definitely. Why? How people will explain data types outside? X, A, B, C, D is only they will say 4 letters in alphabets. But all you have to learn what very deep you have to learn. Then only there is a career. Otherwise, referring XYZ terms and all those things coming means it is a difficult. Because people nowadays are teaching only just ABCDs. They are not explaining practical ground. Those who don't know Python, you will feel definitely difficult. If you know Python, data types, loops, conditionals, you will follow very well. Otherwise, for all these people, will be difficult. There is no doubt in that. You must know Python very well. Especially, of course, I don't want to say something else, and I don't want to say you have to go for notes. I'll keep my notes in my Google Drive class. In 2 zip files are there. I'll read that. And even if you can't understand the programmatic approach, full Python, where it is going to be. Right? So, and Vaishnavi is saying once again, she got tension first of all. What I'm explaining, she's not getting. So, for visualization, these libraries will help. 100% these libraries will help. When I go to my Python for what I am explaining, Vaishnavi, you see, mom, you learn Power BI now, you listen my matplotlib, mind blowing, just mind blowing. You go to one histogram, you take it. Histogram, you take it. Histogram examples with case studies. I'll go for histogram, types of histograms. I'll explain this. Go to the next histogram with bins. Histogram with bins. I will explain all this kind of data visualization. Power BI is very simple, but when you go to that, it is going to be different things. So go to the place next. One more thing I want to say: problems on histogram. Problems will be taken. Of the people, number of people. Next is called what? People. And next is the problem solving things. Lifetime of lamps and then number of years the duration. See how much sampling of data. This is a lakhs of values are given. How to segregate and how to visualize my concept. See how many lakhs of values. Visualization. Such a great content I am explaining here. If you know ABCDs of Python and want to come in my class, want to become an expert, impossible. You need to know Python very well. That's why Python is not like C language, what people are explaining. Python is real Python. What is real Python? I already explained to the students. Well, go to the next step. Vaishnavi. Coming to the next step. Pie charts, you take it. Pie charts. Implementation of pie charts with this. Just a minute. You observe it. Different type of pie charts I'm explaining here. With the project level also I'm going to explain to you. So taking some gaming kind of things and there is a project level. So Priya is a one person, is having a salary, amount on rent, food and clothing and saving. Nowadays food is more important, clothing is more important, saving no important. Like Priya is spending the money and showing showing that her diagrammatic representation what she is saving it. Are you following? How to visualize my data? All those things I'm explaining. What we are learning it is so vast. You need to have so complete things. I will need to go for it. Right, Samiuddin. Right. Thank you. Let us go for something else now. Enter into the further. Students need to have the complete Python knowledge. What is that? I said data types, loops and conditions compulsory. If you don't have that, better you learn it and come to the class. Okay, now similarities you come once. Similarities because the first level groundwork, if it is clear, enter into the further. What is the similarities now? Coming to put back to this example, go to this environment. Coming to this place. Now I will go to which place I got it now. A. Print of this A. Print of this A and then type of A. You see, and then what I am doing? ID of A. ID of A. Will the ND array will take same type or different type or all the types? Similar type, different type, all the types. If they are having different type, all the types belongs to which type? Object type. Can you show object type as a value here? Yes. Now I am going to show my dear students. A of 0 will give you index. This part already you know. Indexing and slicing, how many rules and regulations explain? So marvelous. So A of 0, 10 is going to come. A of 0 is equal to 100. I am going to say it is getting modified. Print this data. Print this data and see this now at the same address. Is it getting modified or not? So it is ND array object is what? Beautiful, mutable. What is mutable? Immutable in Python we learned it. Mutable. And we can change these values. And coming to the similarities. Come on, start. An object of list used to store multiple values of same type, different type, or both the types with unique and duplicates. In which object? Same ND array also will do the same. ND array object also in Numpy programming, data organized in the object of ND array, which is one of the predefined class in Numpy module. Hence, an object of ND array can store same type, different type, both the types with unique and duplicates in the single object. Understand? Same type, different type, all the types. But when I'm storing different type of values internally treated as what? Come on, object type. Pandas also object type. Pandas also. See, why I'm going to talk about this much time on pandas, on this object type. When I go to the next level concept called pandas, you just go to that. When you go to the project level, Google Play Store project, you see Google Play Store Excel file. Are you seeing this? In our Python, we used to explain what CSV file. CSV file concept. Even if you don't know CSV file, I will explain in the class. Now, here I am going to take up how many entries are there in this you see. How many number of entries you see? Starting app, category, rating, review, size, installs, type, price, content, generous, update, etc. How to get the CSV files, I will tell you. See how many entries are there. Almost 10,842 is available. All types of values are treated as which type? Object type. Object type. How to read this entire data in CSV file with a Python, I said. Generally, faculty will not touch the CSV files. When they are explaining files, they don't touch it. So, but we explained very perfectly how to deal with it. But even if I did not cover in our respective classes, I will explain in this class. Nothing to feel about it, but data types, conditionals, and loops must be mandatory in this class. Rest of them I'll take. For example, this is my project asking find an app name, find an app name which is having highest installs. Find an app name which is having highest installs. How do you find out that? That is what we need to write the coding for that. Find the top five rating apps. Five top rating apps. Rating is also already there or not? Top five rating apps, I want to get it. How to write it? For all of them are internally treated as which type? Object type they are required. Already I'm having project 1, project 2 specification and everything I'm going to give you. That I will explain in the class. For that, you need to have the strong knowledge on this. Next, an object of ND array and list are what? Mutable. Changes can take place at the same address. These are similarities and the differences between list and ND array. Are you able to follow? Well, last and final, I want to show you the final conclusion statement. Look at ma. LST is equal to, follow me. Here I am writing 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, comma, 70, 80, and then 98 I am having. Like this, or 90 you take it. This is known as what? List in list. List in list. Are you following me? This is called list 1. I will take it. List 1. List 2. I will take it. List 2. Have a carefulness. So slowly I'm coming to the programming. 1, 2, 3. I will take it. 1, 2, 3. I will take it. 4, 5, 6. I will take it. 4, 5, 6. And 7. And don't think that when you sit in the class, we will understand. That is not at all possible. You have to listen very carefully. You should have a strong types and conditionals. So why again and again I'll say? Because people will misunderstand. We don't understand. Some people definitely, for other batch students, will get some tension. Why? They don't know what is the class, what is an object, how the list data type, all those things. 100%. I watched it in the afternoon time. One student is shifted to my batch also. So list 1, print the list 1 data. How I am printing the list 1 data? For value in where LST1, print of what? Val. What is that val? First one will come. First value val. That row will print. Second value again in this will print. This will also come and this will print. This will give you what? Matrix will come. Matrix format it will print. It is not reshaping, student. Come to this level. Next I'm going to take up. This is a list 1. I'm going to print it. Because to understand what is Numpy, it will take 2, 3 classes it will take. Because it's not a general thing to understand something like normal way. Similarly, I will write it what? For a value in where LST2, print of what I am doing, value I am saying. So go to the place and try to run, students. This you observe now. Try to observe. What is happening? List 1 content I got it. List 2 content I got it. It is looking like what? Matrix only. But they are not matrices. With my coding, I printed something like a matrix. Understand? Well, so next I will do what? I'm trying to add these 2 lists to get a third list. What is my intention, student? I want to add 10 plus 1, 11, 20 plus 2, 22, 30 plus 3, 33. 40 plus 4, 44. Like that, I want to go for what? Addition of the list, which is not possible. Such a simplest calculation also not possible in where? So, LST3 is equal to LST1 plus LST2. And you are already know in my Python classes, when I use plus operator between collection objects, they will be merged together. They will be merging together. Print of what? LST3, LST3, type of LST3. So here I will go for what? All values are merged together only. It is not getting added. For value in LST3, print of what your value, it is going to print both the matrices are merged together only. No addition is taking place. Following me? Then how to do this addition of the matrices on list? I have to write at least 20-25 lines of code. I will write it. So such a simple mathematical calculation is not able to be performed by what? List functions are not there. Do you have any function of adding of the two list content? No. Then what to do now? I'm going to convert, take this data. I'm going to convert these values into which type? Very good. Now I'm going to convert. A is equal to, A is equal to, matrix A is equal to, come on, NP dot array of LST1. Beautiful. B is equal to array of what? LST2. Finished. I'm going to print of what? Matrix A. Matrix A. Print of what here? A. A. Simply, I'm not going to print anything like, I'm not going to print matrix B. Matrix B. I'm going to print B here. So try to run this now. Matrix A, matrix B, no while loop, nothing, no for loop, nothing. Simply I converted and I printed. Here I used what? A big story of legacy code I wrote it. So Python is dead easy compared to other languages, provided you know to need to know modules. But when I come to Numpy, still it is easy, provided when you know what? Python data types. So now this is done. Matrix I got it. Now I need to add the matrices or not. What is an operation I used earlier? Plus. Here I am writing, my dear students, C is equal to A plus B. A plus B. Print. What I print? C. I'm going to print. Here I am writing. What is this now? Some matrix. Some matrix C I will write it. C I am writing. Here I will write it C. Understand down. What is this? Are you getting the values or not? 10 plus 1, 20 plus 2. Is it matrix addition is coming or not? What is the symbol I used it? After all, plus operator you used. Is it not such a calculation is possible with arithmetic operator or not? One more way also you can print student. D is equal to NP dot. What is NP? Module. Add of add is after all one function. A comma what? B. A comma B. And I'm printing what here? D matrix I will print it. D matrix I will print it. Matrix D. With what? Add function I used it. Add function I used it. Am I getting the D or not? What is the symbols I am using here? Plus and one what? These are all called LKG level, looking like LKG only now. But when you go to the normal Python coding, this is very complicated to add the matrices. But code also I will tell in Python class only. In NumPy class, I will show you. So writing code in Python is something like a complex. When you go to the NumPy level, it is going to be easy. That's what I am going to say, that mathematical calculations are going to be, list can't perform complex mathematical operation, whereas ND array performs complex mathematical operation so easily. That is the meaning of this differences. Did you understand? Well, online students, now I am conforming this to conforming in the conclusion. I think this concept is more clear and object concept also more clear. And now I am entering into ND array object in detail. So let us have a conclusion and one more small documentation I will show you. One more small documentation, because beginning of the sessions to put you on the line, I require some time on this. Advantages of NumPy. Let us look at on that. All of you, start. need of Numpy. With the revolution of data science, data analysis libraries like Numpy, SciPy, Scikit, Pandas, Matplotlib, etc. have seen a lot of growth with much easier syntax than other programming languages. Python is the first choice language for the data scientist. Numpy provides convenient and efficient way to handle vast amount of data. Numpy is also very convenient with matrix operations and a data reshaping mechanism. Yesterday I've seen 2D, 3D, ND, etc. Numpy is a fast, which makes a reasonable work with large sets of data. Why it is fast? Lesser time, less memory space, plus clustered. Addresses are clustered. Advantages of Numpy programming. Whatever the programming segments I shown, it is put it in the form of that. To understand this documentation, I explained something like a review of it. I will explain all the things what I explained programmatically. Once again, I'll start from zero level. Start with the Numpy programming. We can deal with arrays such as 1D, 2D, multi-dimensional arrays. You have seen already, na? Reshaping mechanism. Yes. Next, NumPy maintains minimal memory for large data set. I calculated and show you now. Everything what you are seeing, are you seeing practical in my class? Well, next, NumPy provides fast in performing operation. Internally, the data is available at what? Same address. Same address. Next, NumPy performs array-oriented computing. Because NumPy meant for array-based computing, it will perform. More about it will come across. It efficiently implements multi-dimensional arrays. Multi-dimensional arrays is most famous here. Next, it performs scientific computations. Linear algebra, I think I will explain that you did not see the scientific meaning. It is capable of performing reshaping data stored in multi-dimensional arrays. Next, NumPy provides many built-in functions for various mathematical operations such as statistical programming, financial programming, trigonometric operations, etc. Do you know statistics? Do you know statistics? You know, you don't know. For everything you don't know, if you say, then how can I know that you know something? Whatever I ask you, do you know means no, sir, they will say. You don't know statistics, mean you don't know? Mean you know or not? You are looking at, you may ask some question, you are looking like. Do you know mean or not? Variance. Do you know variance? What is the use of variance? That we don't know. Do you know standard deviation? What is the use of that? Don't know. What is the mode? Mode. Do you know mode? What is the use of mode? Don't know. Okay. Only words you know. Right. Like that. I'll explain all of them with examples perfectly. Examples perfectly. So, are you following me? Now, these are the advantages of NumPy. This I will post to you today. And a small point I want to tell you, students. One more small example I want to tell you. Of course, that's not necessary at this stage. Here I will show you one small thing I want to show you. Of course, that is historical development. I need not to know about it. History, you know already? Now, now I am entering into further discussion in this class. That point is something like this. So far, we understood why to learn NumPy, you understood now. So, double sound is coming. Vaishnavi is now, she is exciting. Double sound coming, sir. Double sound coming, sir. So, please check where I need to check. Online students, am I audible to you? Is double sound is coming for you people? Sound is clear. Sound is clear. Is sound is my voice is clear for everybody? Yes, sound is clear. Everything is clear. Vaishnavi is getting resound. Why? Because already she is getting tough to understand the subject. Resound only. Definitely resound only. So crystal clear it is. Okay, ma. Vaishnavi, please check it your side. Shall I move to the topic? And don't expect funs in the class, jokes in the class. Don't expect. I'll be continually with subject only. Okay now? Enjoy with subject. Now I am going to enter into ND array. Now tell me what is, and now I am entering into the coding area now. What is ND array? If it is a class whose object allows us to store the data either in the form of 1D or in 2D or in ND. Then how to store it? I need to create an object of ND array or not? To create an object of ND array, how many approaches are there with me? How many approaches are there to create a list? Two. One is empty list, one is non-empty list in Python level. One more way is also there, converting other objects into which type? List type. S is equal to Mississippi, converting into L is equal to list of S. I can convert string into what? String into what? List. You know that. Like that, in ND array, to create an ND array, there are so many approaches are there. I am writing number of approaches, try to follow. Here I am going to write it. Number of approaches to create an object of, ND array. This is another important practical meaning is going to start. We know that, because I am not writing the complete coding in the notes, I'll explain. I'll show the documentation, because writing like a Python class, it takes a lot of time, because completely I will concentrate on coding area only. We know that ND array is one of the predefined class. For 2 minutes I will write predefined class, present in where numpy module. So coming to this now, so coming to this place, we know that ND array is one of the predefined class, present in where numpy module. Online students, don't try to read chat window messages. Because outside reading WhatsApp messages, inside the class also reading chat messages, you are going to become messenger reader. There is no such jobs in the software field. When I am explaining, you are seeing the message, so which is done by somebody. So coming to the point back, ma. So don't worry about it, because if you take screen not visible, one or two students, if you concentrate, hundreds of students will get problem. We know that ND array is one of the predefined class. Better. Predefined class, present in where? Numpy model. The purpose of creating or the object of ND array, is used for storing the data, large sets of data, in the form of what? 1D, and next is 2D and ND, and what? ND arrays. To create an object of ND array, we have many approaches. If I go on writing, almost I will write 60 approaches. I will write 60 above. I will write it, because throughout my entire 15 days, 16 days, every object when I create it is an ND array only. If I go to an interview, if that question is coming, I will go on telling. Interview will say stop. He will say, because that many answers I will tell practically. Number one, what is that? Number of approaches to create an object of ND array. So if you take it, an example, LST is equal to like this. It is one of the object to create an empty list. LST is equal to list of, this is another approach to create an object of that. LST is equal to list of what? Iterable object. One more approach is what? List of what? In the list bracket, non-iterable object. On other students, other batch students, be careful, ma. Non-iterable object. Suppose if they don't know what is iterable object, because that faculty did not use this technical word, today they will be out of order and they won't come from Monday onwards. Why? Not understanding. Who disturbed that faculty? Who disturbed that student? Faculty only. Faculty is everything, either a destroyer or constructor. That's why faculty is important in the life. Non-iterable object, int or float or something. These many ways you can create an object of list like that. When you come to this point, there are almost many ways are there. Slowly I will write one by one. You try to follow. And you need to remember also. Number one, array of, which you have seen already. Spell out array of. Like str, how many functions I said? 20 plus functions I said. List how many functions, set how many functions, like that, so many functions. Like that, here also I'll tell you so many functions. Your target when you go to the industry is only library will come along with you. Array of. Number two is called what? A range. Spell out A. A stands for what? దీన్ని సపరేట్ చేసుకుందాం ఒకసారి ఎందుకైనా మంచిదే. A stands for array. You are already gold medalist in full form. What is A? What is this next? Do you know range in our Python? Range of value, range of start comma stop, range of start comma stop comma step. Same thing with the end array. Same thing with end array. So what is happening now? Go to the place. Here, what is this? How do you spell out? A range. A range. It is not arrange. Why? Because 10 years back, 10 years back, in one of the place in Hyderabad, they conducted first time technical workshop on Numpy. I also went 10 years back. I just went what they discuss, not for learning there. I went what they discuss because we have to have one proverb. You have to listen all people's song. We have to prepare our own song. Right or not? Listen all songs, prepare your own song so that that will hit song. If you copy other song, if you try to dance, that is an utter fail. You create a trend. Now, that faculty is writing, arrange is writing, arrange. ARRANGE is writing. Beginning is getting error only. I was sitting as a second student in the chair, in the second student only, because I want to observe keen of observation, how the faculty is explaining, how he is moving his hands. From there onwards, I will observe. Because if any good point is there, we have to grasp that. Correct or not? So he is writing arrange, because I know it is a range only. I did not say. He is struggling with arrange, he is saying. Getting error only. Half an hour he struggled with arrange only. Actually, I want to tell, but let him survive, let him enjoy the error. So I did not say. So that time onwards, whenever you are going, even students also by mistake, they will write what? Arrange, A range. So spell out, even if you go to interview, A range. Spell out. Right. First one. Next, array కాదు బాబు మొద్దు బాబులు. Array of. Spell out. Next. Good. Slowly. Girls, spell out once. Right. ఇంకా కొద్ది గట్టిగా. Little bigger. Come on. Like that. Boys, spell out. Don't do that. It's rhythmic, because you have to go on telling in my class. Other classes, what they will do, they will make you to shut up your mouth and pinpoint, keep a plaster, they will go on explaining. In my class, you have to respond. When I'm playing with you, you have to respond. You have to play with me. That is called subject improving. Understand? You know that our class will be. Next, I'm going to talk about zeros. Spell out. Zeros. Fourth one is called ones. Spell out. Ones off, zeros off. Don't write. Why are you writing? Don't write. When you write, I'm getting tension first of all. What you will write, because I don't want to. I believe you are writing. I will send the notes. Because if you write your own notes, I'm getting tension first. What you will write, I don't know. I will give full-fledged notes for you. You don't write your own notes. Okay. Come. Why I don't believe the student is, if I say something, they will add some spicy to the notes. It will become food poison. I don't want to believe you are writing. Even when I was a student, I am a danger. You are also danger. Follow me, please. Okay. Don't feel otherwise. That I want to take care in a systematically. That is my intention. Okay. So spell out array of a range of zeros of ones of next. I'll go for what next? Full of. Next I'll go for next. Linspace. Come on, spell out. Linspace of stands for linearly spaced values. Linearly spaced values. I'll explain that. Seventh one I will go for what? I of. Spell out I of, not our I. It's called matrix related I. I matrix will be there. I'll tell you that. Next is called identity matrix. Spell out I, identity of. Spell out identity of. Next is called H stack. Spell out. Next is called 10th one is called V stack. Spell out V stack of. These are called functions for creating an object of what? End array. I will go for it. Compulsory, they will ask one of the question from that place. Still not completed. I can say this is over. You will also say, okay, 10 functions I know. But I want to tell you so perfectly. Tomorrow, if you attend anybody's class, you should feel that this is only the class we want. Like that, I want. Even in Python, you have seen how tremendously we discussed it. Now I am going to enter into numpy dot random. Random is called another module in numpy. Another module in numpy. Under that, randomization concept is going to come. Under that 11th function I am writing randint. Spell out randint of. Next is called rand n. Spell out rand n. That n stands for normal distribution, uniform distribution, normal distribution. In probability, will come across distributions now. Gamma distribution, Gaussian distribution, normal distribution, uniform distribution. Have you heard about it? Do you know the meaning of it? No. So you know everything, but you don't know the meaning of it. Okay, no problem. What is the next one? Normal of. Normal of. 14th is called rand of. Spell out. 15th is called uniform of. Spell out. Uniform of. 16 is called what you know, choice of. 17th is called shuffle. Shuffle of. What is that now? Shuffle of. These many functions are present into which module? Random module. These functions are present into which module? Numpy module. Numpy module. These are the 17 ways are there to create an object of what? End array. Out of this, if you remember all 17, if you say in interview will look at you differently. Only buttifying and going is no. I'll ask you syntax of that. I'll ask you the example of it. That time you must be able to do it. How many ways are there to create an object of end array? 17 ways. First one, array of, a range of, zeros of, ones of, full of, charging is over. Charging over. Read out. Array of, a range of, zeros of, ones of, full of, linspace of, I of, identity of, H stack of, V stack of. These are the functions present in where? Numpy. In the Numpy, there is one more module is called random, because randomization is very important in data science. Random. Under that what? Randint. How do I access? 1 minute more. Numpy dot random dot randint. Numpy dot random dot randint. Come on. Randint of rand n, normal of, rand of, uniform of, choice of, shuffle of. All these things with perfect examples I will show. Understand? You, if you go through the any tutorial in the internet, go through any tutorial, watch it this. How many number of approaches are there to create? 2, 3 explain, finished. Array, they will explain. A range, they will explain. Something they will explain, 1 or 2, they will say that is only the object creation. But after seeing so many interviews, I prepared this entire course curriculum with interviews to qualify, with a coding also we are going to learn it. Are you following me? These are all called a number of approaches to create an object of what? End array. Online students, am I clear about it? Am I clear about it? This kind of things? Fine. So, right students. Fine. Now I will move to the first one is called what? array of. So this part I will go for it. This array of, that itself will take almost 45 minutes to talk about only array of. Only array of will take 45 minutes because that I will take it in the, so A range. Okay, ma. So yes, Vaishnavi. So A range of, myself only written wrong. A range of, because I am talking about that history. A range, no, A range of. Okay, ma, Vaishnavi corrected. Lalasa also done. But spell check for arrange. Okay, ma. So, okay, Vaishnavi, you are telling from long time. Huh? Okay, good student you are. So, good student you are. So, so Vaishnavi is a excitement student, says. Actually, boys are like excitement, and Vaishnavi is like a diamond in the class. Really, I want such students. Okay, students. So I will introduce these approaches in the Monday because a lot of people are under underground also. Some of the people are sitting like that, like a duck sitting. They are sitting duck. You know, duck house they sit like that. Don't sit like that. Sit like everybody house they are sitting. Okay. Hmm? So okay, Ankit, you also set up. Okay, good. Right. Okay. Sai, I will share my Python notes for you. Anyhow, students, I'll keep this entire documentation and Monday class. Oh, look at Monday onwards. Monday onwards, my class will start sharply throughout the entire course. Class will start. Class will start sharp at 6:15. 6:15 p.m. because I'm taking some class before that, and that is going to take almost 6:45, something like that. After that, I need to upload the notes. It is taking overlapping the class. So I'll take 6:15. I will start my class. Okay, na? This is a standard time. And if we come late, 6:40, 6:30, 75, like that, if we come, garbage collector will collect away. 6:30 is the last. You should be inside the class. 15 minutes grace period I am giving. You must be inside the class. Actually, I am giving 10 minutes only, but you are seniors now. 15 minutes grace period I am giving. 16 minutes is a last. 6:30 you must be in the class. Okay, now? Thank you. Carry on.